The Nightingale and the Rose, page 21. Right. Now we know the story up to now. The young student is weeping under the oak tree for a red rose, and the little nightingale in the same tree, she hears these words and she thinks the student is a true lover. Right. Therefore, she decides to help him. To find a red rose. You have to continue the story from there. Okay, page 21. But the nightingale understood the secrets of the student's sorrow, and she sat silent in the oak tree and thought about the mystery of love. Suddenly, she spread her brown wings for flight. Spreads open. Spread means she spread her brown wings for flight. For flight means to fly. And soared into the air, went into the air. Soared means went into the air. She passed through the groove like a shadow. Groove means trees. A collection of trees. She goes through the trees like a shadow. Like a shadow, you see the simile. It shows nightingales' delicate, graceful aspects. It shows nightingales' delicate, graceful aspects. Like a shadow. Like a shadow, she sailed. The nightingale is as graceful, beautiful as a sailing ship in the water, sailed across a garden. Now, she begins her mission of looking for a red rose. In the center of the grass plot, in the middle of the grass plot, grass bed, grass plot means grass bed, there was a beautiful rose, standing a beautiful rose tree. Right. And when she saw it, she flew over to it and lit upon a spray. Sat, lit means sat or seated upon the spray. Spray means little branch, a little twig or now the nightingale, she begins her mission of finding a red rose. She first goes to one of the rose trees in the student's garden. Give me a red rose, she requests. I will sing you my sweetest songs. Now you know, the nightingale has no any valuable material things. She has only one value asset with her, that is her music, her songs. The nightingale says, if the red rose can give her, if the rose tree can give her a rose, she can give him in return her songs. Exchange songs for a rose, rose for a song. But the tree shook its head. But the rose tree said, no, 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 nightingale, I do not have any roses. My roses are white and Otherwise, my roses are white. Even though I'm a rose tree, I don't have roses. But even if I have roses, they are white. I have white roses. I am a white rose tree. As white as the foam of the sea. Like the sea wave. You have seen sea wave. As white as the sea wave. Sometimes whiter than the snow. I am whiter than the snow upon the mountain. Right. But go to my brother who grows around the old sundial. There is one of my brother near the sundial. Sundial is a clock. An old clock used to read time in the ancient days. Sundial. And Thames, and perhaps he will give you what you want. Now this rose tree supports the nightingale. They are very cooperative. Nature, you know. Nature's elements are cooperative. They work in cooperation. They help each other. Therefore, this rose tree helps the nightingale. Helps the nightingale. Right? Give me. So the nightingale flew over to the rose tree that was growing round the old sundial. Now she goes to the sundial, the rose tree near the sundial. She makes the same request. Give me a red rose, she cried. Now she is crying. Why? She feels sorry for the student. She is very empathetic. E-M-P-A-T-H-E-T-I-C, empathetic. Why? She takes the student's sorrow as her sorrow. The student's sorrow as her sorrow. That's why she is crying. The nightingale is an empathetic character. Note it down. Empathetic. I will sing you my sweetest song. Now, this is really a repetition. It's a technique used in this short story. Repetition, similes, poetic language. They are the techniques used by the writer. But the tree shook its head. Another repetition. Lot of repetitions. This rose tree also rejects, refuses any roses. Why? My roses are yellow. Nightingale. I am a yellow rose tree. Very sorry, Nightingale. I don't have any. I am not red. As yellow as the hair of the mermaid. Mermaid. You know mermaid. Mermaid is a sea creature. Half fish, half human. Mermaid. The top part of the body is human, like a human woman. This mermaid has yellow hair. Rose tree says, my hair is, my color is like, my roses are like the hair of mermaid. Who sits upon an amber throne. Amber means also yellow. Throne means seat. Now, what is this image? There is a mermaid seated on a yellow throne, yellow seat, chair. And this mermaid has yellow hair. These roses are compared to the yellow hair of the mermaid, as yellow as the mermaid's hair. Sometimes more yellow than daffodil. Daffodil is a flower, yellow flower. Sometimes yellow than the daffodil that blooms in the meadow, that flowers in the meadow. In the meadow means in the grassland, before the mower comes, before the grass cutter, mower means grass cutter, comes with his scythe, with his cutter. But go to my brother who grows beneath the student's window. This yellow rose tree also supports the nightingale. He says, nightingale, there is my brother near the student's window, under the student's window. Window is a little bit high. Perhaps he will give you what you want. Go to there. Go there. So the nightingale flew over to the red rose tree that was growing beneath the student's window. Give me a rose, she cried, and I will sing you sweetest song. Now you can see the nightingale is disappointed twice, 2 times. She fails 2 times, but she does not give up. Why? She is a determined character. Another quality of nightingale's character, determination. She has a great determination, a determined character. She does not give up this attempt. She has a great determination, right? Give me a red rose, she cried, and I will sing you my sweetest song. Now, even after 2 failures, she goes on because she wants to help the nightingales, the young student. Because the young student's problem is her problem now. The tree shook its head. Now, the rose tree says, no. My roses are red. Nightingale, I am a red rose tree. But I am very sorry. I can't give you any roses. As red as the feet of the dove. I am as red as the feet of the dove. Dove means pigeon. Some bird like pigeon. My roses are red as the pigeon's feet. Sometimes redder than the great fans of corals, coral flowers, red coral flowers in the sea that wave and wave in the ocean cavern. In the ocean cavern means in the depth of the sea, right? Cavern, the deep sea. Now, underline these words. The rose tree says, but the winter has chilled my veins. Winter has chilled. Chilled means frozen. My veins refers to blood. Blood. Winter has frozen my blood. And the frost, ice, frost, snow, has nipped, broken my buds. Bud means leaves. And the storm has broken my branches. Storm, wind. The storm has broken my branches, my hands and feet, my branches. Now, what are these? Winter, frost, storm. They are nature's bad forces. Nature's destructive forces, nature's malevolent forces. Now, nature has badness too. Nature has goodness too. Now, winter, frost, and storm depict, manifest, or represent nature's bad side, destructive side. Therefore, I shall have no roses at all this year. Therefore, Nightingale, I do not have any roses because I am almost destroyed by nature. The nightingale is disappointed again. One red rose all I want, cried the nightingale. Only one red rose. I want only one, only one. That's quite enough. Is there no way by which I can get it? Isn't there any way that I can get it? She questions. She wants it. She needs it. Right? There is one way. The red rose tree also feels sorry for the nightingale. He's also a kind-hearted person, red rose tree. Okay, nightingale, there is one way. But it's so terrible. It's very, very dangerous, fearful, that I dare not tell it to you. I cannot tell it to you. Then the nightingale says, tell it to me, said the nightingale. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. Please tell it to me. Then the rose tree explains how to get this, how to make this red rose. If you want a red rose, said the rose tree, you must build it out of music and blood. Please underline. Now the rose tree says, if you want a red rose, you must build it, create it out of music with the help of your music by moonlight in the moonlit night and stain it. Stain means color. You must color it with your own heart's blood. Your own blood. Now this is the dangerous way, terrible way. What is the terrible way? First, the nightingale has to give her music, songs. And secondly, she must give her blood. Now, blood means life. What is the implied meaning of blood? Life. Now, nightingale has to offer her life and songs to create a red rose. You must sing to me with your breast against thorn. You must keep singing with your breast. Breast means chest. You must keep your chest, heart. Simply, it means heart. You must keep your heart on a thorn. Thorn means needle. Rose needle. Rose thorn. That is the terrible way. All night long you must sing to me. Throughout the night, you must keep singing love songs. You must keep singing love songs. Keep in your heart on rose thorn. And my thorn will pierce your heart. Pierce. Drill. Go through. Pierce means my rose thorn will go through your heart and take all of your lifeblood. Must flow. Your lifeblood must flow, come out into my veins, into my blood vessels. Veins means vessels or your blood tubes in your body and become mine. Now, this is very, very dangerous way of creating a red rose. The nightingale has to offer her life and music. And also it is very painful because the rose thorn will, like a a syringe, like giving an injection, that needle will go into heart and absorb all blood. The nightingale thinks, underline, death is a great price to pay for a red rose. The nightingale thinks, death is too much, too valuable for a simple red rose. She cried, now I have to offer my life for a simple red rose. Is a red rose that much valuable? She thinks. She argues with herself. She has a conflict. Should I give my life for a red rose? And life is very dear to all, she says. Everybody loves life, dear to all. It is pleasant to sit in the greenwood. It is very nice to sit in the greenwood. Greenwood means forest, nature. It symbolizes nature. Greenwood, symbolic of nature, right? They are the writer's techniques, symbolism. Now, greenwood is symbolic of nature, nature's beauty. It is happy to see enjoy nature's beauty. And to watch, even to see the sun in his chariot of gold. What is this? What is this image? The sunrise and the set. The sun's rise and the set. The sun goes round the world in his chariot of gold. Chariot means cart, golden cart. The sun goes round the world in his golden cart. It is pleasant to see the sun's traveling. And also it is pleasant to see, happy to see the moon in her chariot of pearl. How moon travels round the world in her pearl chariot. Pearl means white, silver. White chariot. Chariot means cart. Now, these are nature's images, beautiful images. This is life. The nightingale says, everybody loves to enjoy life. Because life is very pleasant, full of romance. Sweet is the scent of hawthorn. Hawthorn is a flower. Hawthorn scent, fragrant, is very sweet. And sweet are the bluebells. Bluebells are also flowers. We all love to enjoy the sweetness of hawthorn and bluebells. That is life. Hide in the valley, in the forest, among the mountains. In the valley means among the mountains. And the heather. Heather means soft wind. The soft wind is sweet, pleasant to body that blows on the hill. Underline these words. Finally, after this internal argument, the nightingale comes to a conclusion. What is the conclusion? Love is better than life. Finally, the nightingale concludes, says, love is better than life. Love is the most precious thing. And what is the heart of a bird? The bird heart has no value compared to the man's heart. Man's heart is much more valuable than bird's heart. Now, what is the idea? The nightingale decides to sacrifice her life for a red rose. The nightingale decides to sacrifice her life for a red rose. Right. Now, divide the story. Draw a line. Okay. They write down subtitle, The Nightingale's mission of finding a red rose. The Nightingale's mission of finding a red rose. The Nightingale's mission of finding a red rose. Okay, write down. The Nightingale's mission, MISSION. Mehavar mission kiyan. Mission of finding a red rose. Go and write in. The nightingale decides. The nightingale decides to help the young student finding a red rose for him. Finding a red rose for him. Full stop. She is so empathetic. She is so she is so empathetic. EMPATHETIC. She is so empathetic and she is so empathetic that she takes the student's problem. She takes the student's problem as her problem. As her problem. She takes the student's problem as her problem. As her problem. Full stop. With tears in her eyes, with tears in her eyes, with tears in her eyes, she begins her mission of Find in a red rose. 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 There are several rose trees. There are several there are several rose trees. There are several rose trees in the student's garden. In the student's garden. And she visits each of them. And she visits each of them for a red rose. For a red rose. Full stop. The first rose tree she visits. The first rose tree she visits is yellow and the second one, the first rose tree visit is white, and the second one, yellow. The first rose tree she visits is white and the second one, yellow. She is disappointed twice. She is disappointed twice. T-W-I-C-E. She is disappointed twice. But she does not give up. But she does not give up her attempt. But she does not give up her attempt. But she does not give up her attempt. Because her determination, D-E-T-E-R-M-I-N-A-T-I-O-N, her determination is greater than, her determination is greater than her disappointments. Her disappointments. Full stop. Next paragraph. Finally, she finds a red rose tree, under the student's window. under the student's window, but ironically, IRONICALLY, but ironically, it has no roses. It has no roses. And has been almost destroyed, by nature's cruel, C-R-U-E-L, cruel elements, E-L-E-M-E-N-T-S, by nature's cruel elements of winter, frost, F-R-O-S-T, frost, and the storm, the winter, the frost, and the storm. Please quote these lines. But the winter has chilled my veins, and the frost has nipped my buds, and the storm has broken my branches. Go on writing down. The nightingale is disappointed. The nightingale is disappointed again. The nightingale is disappointed again. Yet she needs a red rose. Yet she needs a red rose for the young student. Young student. Therefore, she pleads with the red rose tree. She pleads with the red rose tree for one red rose. for a one red rose. To satisfy the young students' desire, desire. Please quote. One red rose, all I want, cried the nightingale. One red rose, all I want, cried the nightingale. Only one red rose. Is there no way by which I can get it? Go on writing. The red rose tree, the red rose tree feels sorry for the red rose tree feels sorry for the nightingale, the nightingale and and mentions mentions some terrible way of some terrible way of mention some terrible way of creating a red rose, creating a red rose on some conditions, on some conditions. On some conditions. Please quote these words. You must build it out of music by moonlight and stain it with your own heart's blood. You must build it out of music by moonlight and stain it with your own heart's blood. Go on writing. Go on writing. The red rose tree. The red rose tree. The red rose tree needs the nightingale's blood, the nightingale's blood and music, the nightingale's blood and music as ingredients, 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 as ingredients for the creation of a red rose, for the creation of the red rose. Full stop. The nightingale's blood means, the nightingale's blood means her life. The nightingale's blood means her life and she has to offer her life, and she has to offer her life for a red rose, for a red rose. For a red rose. Throughout the moonlit night, throughout the moonlit night, the nightingale has to, throughout the moonlit night, the nightingale has to, the nightingale has to keep singing, keep singing love songs, keep singing love song while keeping while keeping her heart, while keeping her heart on a sharp, on a sharp rose thorn, on a sharp rose thorn. full stop. The rose thorn will pierce, Pierce. The rose thorn will pierce her heart and absorbs her blood, absorbs her blood. Absorbs her blood. Please quote these words. All night long you must sing to me, and the thorn must pierce your heart, and your lifeblood must flow into my veins and become mine. Go on writing. The nightingale realizes. The nightingale realizes that she has to commit, C-O-double-M-I-T, commit. She has to commit a serious sacrifice. She has to commit a serious sacrifice for a simple red rose. For a simple red rose. Please quote, death is a great price to pay for a red rose. Go and write in. Go and write in. After some conflicting thoughts, after some conflicting thoughts about life, death, and love, about life, death, and love, The nightingale the nightingale comes to a conclusion. Comes to a conclusion. Comes to a conclusion. Conclusion. Comes to a conclusion. Comes to a conclusion. She decides to offer her life. She decides to offer her life. She decides to offer her life and music for a red rose. She argues that ARGUES. She argues that love is more valuable than love is more valuable than life. Love is more valuable than life, and a man's heart, a man's heart is far more valuable than is far more valuable than bird's heart. Far more valuable than bird's heart. Please quote. Yet love is better than life. And what is the heart of a bird compared to the heart of a man? Okay. That is the end of that note. Please take your contextual question book. What is the last context we have discussed? Rituki, what is the last context?
The terrorist he is watching.
No, in the Nightingale.
Colonizer.
Nothing given. Okay, very good. Right. Question number 1. No red rose, all in my garden, he cried, and his beautiful eyes filled with tears. On what little things does happiness depend?